Everywhere burst in the early half today. At Sca.Tter in the early half today, moment Samuel Ekpa find himself in a very big trouble. Samuel Ekpa have run out of Nigeria for quite some time now, and he couldn't come to Nigeria, but he have been making directives regarding IPOB and Biafra movement and all of that. How violent is being instigated and all of that. But Samuel Ekpa is in serious trouble right now. As I finally order for the arrest of Samuel Ekpa, you will see everything in this very video. Nnamdi Kanu is on negotiation now and he's ready to go home, but Samuel Ekpa is doing everything possible to stop things now. You will see everything in this very video. Now, like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, do it to share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as I'm watching it, like it, give it a thumb up. A betrayal have finally been found. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across the channel for the very first time, ensure you click the red subscription button appearing in your video screen, and at the same time click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily notify you. A lot is happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned right now, and this is a very critical moment for Nnamdi Kanu because the government is saying no, and it is no more a news that the government they adopt Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. It's more than 2 years ago now, and that happened in the regime of Buhari. But as if that is not enough, it continues in the regime of Tinubu, and the court have made directives in different occasions that they should allow this man to go because his lawyer have already fought for him in several occasions, and they said Nnamdi Kanu should be released by the DSS, but the DSS refused to release Nnamdi Kanu. The court will make an order, but the DSS will go against the order, and nothing is happening. I've never seen a situation in any country in the world. I usually say this in all my videos where the judiciary will make a directive in the court and some people will just go against the directive. They must face the wrath of the law. In many countries of the world that is practicing democracy true, but in Nigeria the reverse is the case. The court have made a ruling in several occasions that Nnamdi Kanu should be released, but the DSS, according to report, they taking order from some people that we don't know, and these people are the political elites, and they taking order from them, but they are keeping Nnamdi Kanu back. They don't respect the directive of the court, or they respect the directives of the political class in the Aso Rock chamber that are keeping Nnamdi Kanu back to their custody. But as if that is not enough, something tragic happened a few hours ago. Samuel Ekpa is in serious trouble, and Samuel Ekpa is on arrest now. Now let us stay connected to the end of this video. You will see the video yourself. Don't rush me. You're gonna see everything yourself, how everything happened. Nnamdi Kanu is already on his way back to the Biafra land. He's already on his way back to be released, but Samuel Ekpa is on arrest now. So let us stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, just do it to share it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. If you can share it, just like it as you're watching it. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Let everybody come across what is happening in Nigeria right now, and justice must be served. It's normally news that Nnamdi Kanu and Samuel Ekpa, they are both Biafra agitators, and Nnamdi Kanu have been on arrest for quite some time now. But Samuel Ekpa ran to Finland. He have been on Finland and he have been making a lot of directives in the Igbo land, and Southeast is already roasted down. Southeast is on fire right now because of the directive of Samuel Ekpa, and Samuel Ekpa have been making all these wrong directives even when Nnamdi Kanu have been arrested. Yes, they are fighting for Biafra. They are agitators of Biafra. They have been working together right from time even before Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. Samuel Ekpa have been under Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is the principal of Samuel Ekpa, but now Samuel Ekpa is actually turning to another thing. According to our Igbo brothers, they said the directives that Nnamdi Kanu used to give when he was still in the Biafra now is different from what Samuel Ekpa is actually giving out. Samuel Ekpa is inciting violence according to what the Igbo people are actually attesting to. Now the trouble have finally loomed. Few hours ago, the court issued that Nnamdi Kanu should settle his case with the government privately, and they should settle it politically. They should move out of court and settle things amicably. And Nnamdi Kanu and his lawyer agreed to the fact that they're gonna settle with the government politically, and they're gonna sign some undertakings and make some negotiations and all of that, because according to the report, the political ally did not want Nnamdi Kanu to be released, and the court have made directives in different occasions that they should release him, but they never want to release him, and the court have said that they don't want to release him. They just offering him in the DSS custody where he's not seeing a good medical medical care and all of that, and the man had been victim of a lot of sicknesses and all of that. Now the court come up with an option that Nnamdi Kanu should settle politically with the government and all of that, and Nnamdi Kanu agreed to it. Now Nnamdi Kanu want to negotiate with the government, but Samuel Ekpa is coming in the line now. Samuel Ekpa is now listing conditions for Nnamdi Kanu. He first of all tapped Nnamdi Kanu that why did Nnamdi Kanu want to negotiate with the government and all of that, and I said that is not enough. He came out now with some list of conditions that Nnamdi Kanu must follow before he can negotiate with the government. That if the government did not come up or cooperate with the conditions, that Nnamdi Kanu should not sign anything with them and all of that. That was what Simon Ekpa said, and the same Simon Ekpa is under Nnamdi Kanu, and the same Simon Ekpa ran out of Nigeria, and Nnamdi Kanu have been alone in the custody, and now they want to negotiate so that they can release this man, so that he can go back to the land of Biafra and all of that, and meet his people, his wife, his children, and his people. Now someone from Finland, which is Simon Ekpa, is doing everything possible to give Nnamdi Kanu that have been in custody conditions to follow. That if Nnamdi Kanu did not meet up with the condition, that he should not sign anything peace accord with the government or all of that. Now a lot of Igbo elders, all of them are finally showcased in the early afternoon. They said Simon Ekpa is a bastard and all of that. They call all sort of names. They said, is it the one that have been in custody since all this while suffering in the DSS custody? Did he not run out of Nigeria and is out there making decisions and making laws for the Biafra people and all of that? And a lot of people actually dying in the land of Biafra in the southeast just because of the directives that Simon Ekpa have been given when Nnamdi Kanu have not been there. Now Simon Ekpa directives have cost a lot of people their lives in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Now the government is no more saying that Nnamdi Kanu is responsible for the violence that they are inciting in the eastern part of Nigeria again, since Nnamdi Kanu have said in several occasions that IPOB is not known for violence and all of that. But according to the speech of Simon Ekpa, it is deduced that Simon Ekpa is responsible for the violence that is being incited and all of that. Now the order for the arrest of Simon Ekpa, don't worry, I will show you the video in this very video. You will see things for yourself. You will see the arrest and everything. Just take connected to the end of the video. Now Finland government have said that they are no more covering Simon Ekpa again, that anything that the Nigerian government want to do to him, they can actually do. Now no more coverage for Simon Ekpa again. They have issued the arrest of Simon Ekpa so that Nnamdi Kanu can negotiate and go to his people. Now like guys, to stay connected to the end of this video to see the video yourself, to see what is going on yourself. If you can share the video, share it, and if you can share it, just like it. The trouble have finally loomed few hours ago for Simon Ekpa. You will see him in this video and you will see Nnamdi Kanu. The betrayal finally be fresh. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Nnamdi Kanu never said that. It was his lawyer that said that.
His lawyer is representing him.
Nnamdi Kanu didn't say that. We should get this fact.
So when a statement comes from his legal representatives, we can't say he's speaking for him.
You said that Nnamdi Kanu said. Nnamdi Kanu didn't say. It was Andoy Ejumofo. I watched the video over and over.
What you're saying now is he's not speaking on behalf of Kanu.
It was Andoy Ejumofo, his lawyer, that said that. He quoted a part of the Constitution which talks about settling out of court. But what we can say is that when he said that he was standing beside Nnamdi Kanu and Nnamdi Kanu did not object. Then for settling out of court, and the reason why Nnamdi Kanu Andoye Ejumofo said that was because this case had been on a merry-go-round move. Federal government don't know what to do with Nnamdi Kanu because they have nothing against him. So Andoye Ejumofo now suggested, since they have nothing against him, let us settle out of court, which to me is a good move, which to every right-thinking person it is a good move. But saying that, crediting that statement to Nnamdi Kanu is very, very wrong.
But in this case, and that's why I'm going back to you said
Nnamdi Kanu did not say that.
But he did not refute the statement.
Let us get this fact correct.
But he did not refute the statement.
Those words did not come from Nnamdi Kanu.
And that is all you want to clarify?
Yes, those words didn't come from Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay, if you say settling
so
out
we shouldn't
of court,
get this picture wrong.
If you say settling out of court is a good development, why hasn't that been explored before now? And also recall that this is for a treasonable felony charge. Will this apply just for this charge or for every other charges brought against him?
even if they have 1 million charges against him, it weighs nothing in the eyes of the law. Understand me? They brought the same treasonable felony to Badejo, the chairman of Mighty and at the end of the day, what happened. So Nigeria's security agencies know how to file cases, but prosecuting it in court becomes a problem. So all the charges that they had against Nnamdi Kanu amounts to nothing. That's why they've not proved anything against him. So the only way out is this out of court settlement.
That's why I asked, would it apply to all the several different charges against him, or just?
I said they have nothing against him. They just frame up those things to detain him. They have absolute nothing concrete against him. If they have, they will have jailed him long ago.
Would you see the federal government actually accepting this out-of-court settlement that's been proposed?
It depends on them. I don't think on behalf of the federal government, but they should stop messing themselves up.
But you seem to think on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, because you have spotlighted that the statement credited to him, he was not made by him. You refuse to actually accept the fact that his legal representative is speaking on his behalf.
I say I took time to watch the video over and over. I can tell you what Nnamdi Kanu said about condemning the killing of the soldiers in Abia. Understand me? And that they are fighting for freedom, so there's no way they can be killing people. But saying that he wants out of court settlement, it wasn't him that said that.
All right, let's look at the Ohanese's role in trying to get Kanu released all this while. This is the Youth Council coming out now to say, look, we're begging the federal government at this point. We're not even just urging, we are begging that to accept this reconciliation window. You said it's the best thing that could happen at this very point. Do you see Nnamdi Kanu walking out of DSS custody anytime soon?
It took Nelson Mandela 27 years, understand? And I know that no matter how long they hold him, he must walk out. He must walk out because Nnamdi Kanu is the Mandela of our time.
He is the Mandela of our time.
Nnamdi Kanu is the Mandela of our, because he was fighting for the right, freedom, justice of the people. So at the end of it, he's going to triumph over those who kept him there.
The issue of Nnamdi Kanu, there have been several incidents of violence in the southeast. Latest was the Aba killings. I want to draw a parallel between, would I say, him and Simon Ekpa. Some people have been calling for the same treatment that was meted out to Nnamdi Kanu to be meted out to Simon Ekpa, since he's the one who has actually been instigating violence in the southeast. What would you say?
One, Simon Ekpa is not in the country. Simon Ekpa is in Finland. He married a Finnish citizen, a Finnish woman. Understand? So, and as such, they are giving him protection. So what the Nigerian government should have done is to extradite him to Nigeria, then let him face the consequences of what he is doing. Because Simon Ekpa, what he is doing, Nnamdi Kanu said it on Wednesday, that IPOB is a non-violent organization, which I agree 100%. IPOB is an offshoot of Mossop, which was founded by Chief Ralph Owazrike, and Mossop took everything they did from Mahatma Gandhi of India, the first president of India, who used a non-violent organization to get to power in India. Because Ralph Owazrike read law in New Delhi University. So IPOB is a non-violent organization, but some criminals are hiding under IPOB just to give it a bad name. And even Nigerian security agencies know all this. They will shoot an innocent person and say that they have shot a member of an IPOB. Understand me? There was once an IG of a police by name Arase that said that he has disarmed members of IPOB. You are disarming people who don't even have a stick. So Nigerian government have been lying against IPOB to give Igbos a bad name. So IPOB is not a violent organization. So Simon Ekpa, whatever is his name, is a criminal. So the Nigerian government, if they want peace, should do everything possible to extradite him back to this country. Let him answer for for the death that he is causing in the southeast.
Was the problem that gave birth to Simon Ekpa today, because I said at a point, enough is enough. I cannot continue to watch my people being killed, butchered, and their hair chopped off by the terrorists sponsored by Nigeria state. The one that break the camel back is a story that I would like to share to people of Greece today. In 2021, after the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu, or in 2020 before he was kidnapped also, terrorists attacked my village, slaughtered people that I know, slaughtered women and men that I know, cut off their head. And these people, I know their family, I know their children, and I watched this video. One of the survivors of this attack is still alive today. He saw Nigeria Army as part of those who came for that attack. From that day, the anger I have for Nigeria multiplied. One of the victims of this killing by the Nigeria Army in conjunction with the Fulani reside in Libya. He is probably watching this program. His father was butchered, head cut off. These particular killings, I documented it very well. I sent it to the president of Finland. I sent it to Brussels during the time the so-called Allen White was still doing lobbying with the IPOB name. We compiled those things, sent to the United Nations, sent to everywhere. Nobody has been held responsible today. The next thing was the journalist that reported this killing was banned from entering Ebonyi State Government House to report about it. Because they reported about it. So some of you may remember when Omahe journalists from entering the government house. One of those journalists, his mother head was cut off. This is the first time I am sharing some secret. But today, from 2021 to this date, as you can see, nobody has been arrested because nobody will be arrested. I decided that in addition to all the killings of Biafrans, from Aba to the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's house, killing over 28, according to people, they say there were people that were killed at numbers 100. They say it was 28 people that was killed in Oyendu's house. Coupled to Mpo massacre, this is a direct killing by the Nigerian state, not suspected terrorists or suspected headers. And I pray to God to opportunity to defend my people. That opportunity is here. and I am defending Biafra with brutality. Very brutal. Nobody will kill Biafra again and live to tell the story. That's why anywhere they are in Biafra land, we will hunt them down. It is the best self-defense. In addition to that, the independent state of Biafra will follow it with diplomacy, political solution, and of course, the defense comes with the guerrilla warfare. We are not backing down. You kill us, we kill you back. They have declared that secessionists are wanted. They call me secessionist. Well, you can declare me wanted. We have also declared you wanted. And any place you see these people that are killing our people from Opus Odema, arrest them in Biafra land. Any place you see them, any day Tinubu will enter Biafra land, make sure he doesn't go back. We'll arrest them, arrest him. The same thing goes to Shetima. From this day, the target of the Biafra Defense Forces is to make sure that those sponsoring the killing of Biafras will not be allowed to enter our territory. We must not give them a breathing space. We must not allow them to come to our land and kill and go. The time of that is over. We will fight them tooth to tooth. We will fight them iron to iron. We will fight them gun to gun. We will defend our land to the last drop of our people.
Yes.
And they are running mad because somebody actually stood up to say enough is enough. For this to happen, we must understand that the enemy has planted disagreement, disunity, fighting, and all that within the Biafra people. It is normal. It doesn't move me. It doesn't move anybody who understands what the government oppressors can do in order to weaken the collectiveness and the power of the people of the victim. And that they have done very well. Today you see people who were fighting for Biafra many years ago. All of a sudden, they are not telling you that Nigeria, they are not telling you. I want to make it very clear. Nobody owned Biafra. Nobody owned Biafra. Biafra is owned by everyone who believes in Biafra. Nobody has the monopoly to restore Biafra. The only thing is that God have ordained some people while giving back to them from the beginning that they are going to be the one that God will use to restore Biafra.
I want my understand because IPOB was founded on a non-violent principle and we intend that to continue this very day. And everything, of course, and some of these soldiers we are told are also our people. Yeah, right? And the family is not involved. Yes. So all the making of young widows is condemned with sincerity. I don't want anybody to die. Yes. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we fight for this at the same time? It's not possible. We want people to be free. That's what we're fighting for. Nothing more. We've suffered a lot in Africa. I don't know if you know that. Africans have suffered from slavery in Arabia to slavery in Europe to slavery in America. So I think we should focus our time and devote it towards making sure that this continent stands up to what God promised to this country. And that's what we're doing, what we are doing.
Thank you.
And the litigants are the main action, dramatic personnel in any case. So if the litigants on their own desire to settle out of court, the court does not work against it. That also presupposes that alternative dispute resolution mechanism can be ignited at any point before judgment is delivered in court on any matter. So the court is not averse to settlement out of court. What is important is that there is settlement, and such settlement will be reported to the court and it will be entered as a consent judgment. From all indications, there seem to be difficulty in going ahead with prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu, and that difficulty can be seen in the series of adjournments
and the series of amendment to the charges brought against him by the federal government through the SSS. And I must make bold to say that it is never too late in time to move on the right path. If one is moving on the wrong direction, it is never too late to change the direction and move on the right direction. And I want to also say that the senior advocate Arome, who said that he does not have the authority to negotiate on with Nnamdi Kanu with respect to political solution to the trial, is correct, because he is holding brief on behalf of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. So unless and until the Attorney General gives him direct and specific delegated authority to negotiate on his behalf, and which ipso facto means on behalf of the federal government, and it's only at that time that he can now negotiate. It does not mean that he cannot negotiate, but he needs an authority from the Attorney General and Minister for Justice to enter into such a negotiation. And he's also correct by saying that the idea of such a negotiated settlement should be with the office of the Attorney General and not with he as a counsel for the government in that matter. In which case, not he as the prosecutor, but the office of the Attorney General.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see what is really happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. You know, a lot of people have been saying that why is it that Samuel Ekpa is so heartless? Why is it that he is not seen to the suffering that Nnamdi Kanu is actually suffering in the DSS custody right from time? You know, this man has been in DSS custody, and that place is not a conducive place for anybody to be. It's not a place to be. There's no big bed for you there where you can actually rest your back and enjoy yourself. But someone has been there. He has been kept hostage for over 2 years, and he has been on trial. Do you know the suffering that they have put him to in the DSS custody? Is it because he's coming out smiling and laughing with everybody and all of that whenever he appears in court? Is that why some people are actually thinking that he's not suffering in the DSS custody? Is the DSS custody like an hotel? No, the answer is total no. And Nnamdi Kanu have been in court in several occasions, and the court have made the ruling in several occasions that they should let him to go. The court made it known that they should let this man to go. The DSS should release him. But for the DSS to have the temerity, the audacity, and the effrontery to be holding him back after the court directive, you should know that they have some backup that are even bigger than the court. They have some people that are actually bigger than the court, and these people have been the one making directives and ruling that they should not allow him to go and all of that. And yet they kept Nnamdi Kanu in hostage, and they have been inciting violence in different areas of the southeast. Violence is being incited whenever the court case of Nnamdi Kanu, whenever the time for Nnamdi Kanu to appear in court is drawing closer, they will incite violence in the eastern part of Nigeria, and they will be dating everything back to the IPOB, that the IPOB are the one responsible for it. And Nnamdi Kanu have come out in several occasions and have made it known that IPOB is not responsible for violence. IPOB are peaceful people and they are good Igbo peoples. They are just agitators fighting for the freedom of their land and all of that. Nnamdi Kanu have made it known to the general public that if truly some government officials are not having hands in the violence that they inciting in the eastern part of Nigeria, if truly they are not seeing dividends from it, if truly they are not seeing money from it, they should release him. They should release him 2 minutes. All the violence going on in the eastern part of Nigeria, everything will go down. That was what Nnamdi Kanu said. He said they will stop everything, but yet they still thinking that he's still the one that is still causing all the violence in the eastern part of Nigeria, and they think he's still the IPOB. Now they're holding him back, and now the court have finally said that they will investigate those people that are actually inciting the violence in the eastern part of Nigeria, since it's not the IPOB. Now the court have seen that they don't want to allow Nnamdi Kanu to go, so the court make a ruling. He said Nnamdi Kanu should negotiate politically with the government so that they can release him and let him to go, so that he can sign 1 or 2 peace accord and all of that, so that he can just go back to his people, because they're actually seeing and they're tired of all the sufferings that is going through in the hand of the DSS and all of that. And Nnamdi Kanu lawyer and Nnamdi Kanu himself, they agreed to the fact that yes, they're going to negotiate politically with the government so that they can release Nnamdi Kanu for after 2 years. It's just go back to those people. But as if that is not enough, since Nnamdi Kanu have agreed, Simon Ekpa kick in. And Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu, they have been together right from time. Simon Ekpa is in Finland. Even when they arrested Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, Simon Ekpa have been in Finland. He ran to Finland with his wife and children. None of his family is actually in Nigeria. But Simon Ekpa have been the one responsible for the rulings and the directives that the Biafra people have been listening to in the eastern part of Nigeria. And according to a report now, Simon Ekpa is responsible for the violence that have been incited in the eastern part of Nigeria, because Nnamdi Kanu said he's not for peace and it's not for violence, that his hand is not in any violence. And now, since the government said they want to negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu and Nnamdi Kanu have agreed, Simon Ekpa kicked in. He said for Nnamdi Kanu to agree, he lists the conditions that Nnamdi Kanu must meet up with. That if Nnamdi Kanu did not meet up with all the conditions that he listed, that is not going to come up with a conclusion with the government. And do you know what that means? If Nnamdi Kanu did not meet up with the conditions, Nnamdi Kanu should not agree with the government, and therefore Nnamdi Kanu will still remain on trial and is going nowhere. Even though if it is for 4 years or 5 years, Simon Ekpa did not mind. And a lot of Igbo people are finally burst and they said, if Simon Ekpa want to be making directives, if it's not pitying his oga in the DSS custody, if it's not pitying his principal, Nnamdi Kanu, that he himself should come to Nigeria and come and be making the directives in Nigeria. And now the Igbo people are actually saying that Simon Ekpa should be arrested. And you can see what is happening right now, because they say that he's not looking at the suffering that Nnamdi Kanu is actually going through. He's telling Nnamdi Kanu to be suffering and be enduring. He's telling Nnamdi Kanu to be suffering and be smiling. He's not saying to the suffering that this man has been going through for 2 years. That is why he can be listing some conditions for Nnamdi Kanu. And these conditions are impossible conditions. And if Nnamdi Kanu should actually follow the condition that Simon Ekpa listed, is going nowhere, because the government will not agree to the fact. And that is what is happening right now. And a lot of people are saying that the government should arrest Simon Ekpa and release Nnamdi Kanu for them peaceably, and peace will reign in everywhere. That's what they're saying right now. Now, they have already issued the arrest of Simon Ekpa, and the Finland government have said that they are no more covering Simon Ekpa again, because according to the report, the Finland government have been the one covering Simon Ekpa. If not, he would have been arrested by Interpol, all of that, because if in another country, the Interpol can actually arrest you, even though the police in your country cannot get to you, the Interpol will actually get hand to you. Now, they said they're no more covering Simon Ekpa again, that if anything that Simon Ekpa do is against the Biafra and all of that again, that the government is free to come and pick him in Finland. That is what is happening right now, and that is the news that is out there right now. Now, a lot of people are saying that they are no more in support of Simon Ekpa because of the violence that he claimed that is inciting in the eastern part of Nigeria. Now, drop your opinion in the comment section of this video. What do you guys think? Do you really think Simon Ekpa can actually be arrested in Finland, or do you really think the clash between the Igbo and Simon Ekpa now, do you think it will actually linger? Do you really think the Igbos are against Simon Ekpa on Nnamdi Kanu case? Drop your opinion, as I'm gonna dedicate an episode for you. You've heard everything yourself. Feel free, just say your mind at the comment section, as I'm gonna dedicate an episode for you. And share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you again. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious cause plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Why you waiting for church? All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.